So stagnation is not allowed in this universe. So all of us have come down into this planet to go through a certain set of experiences, meet certain set of people, and then to, evolve and keep growing in life. And you have to keep evolving somewhere. So the easier way to move and evolve is when people do a lot of inner work, they meditate, they are in touch with their higher consciousness, in touch with the higher intelligence. Then through inspiration, they know that they have to move on. They, get the guidance of in which direction to move forward. But when you do not, do that kind of inner work, when you're not in touch with your inner calling or your inner guidance, you don't even know, where, in what direction do you need to move forward for your own growth. And that's when the conspiracy mechanism comes in. So the universe will tell you either through inspiration, through desperation, or through conspiracy. So I'll give a very small example to explain what is inspiration, desperation, and conspiracy. Very simple example, like, if your body is telling you that you need to take rest. This is my favorite common example. And either you listen to it and you take rest for a day or two and things are fine. If you do not, then there is a desperate mechanism in place. So you might get slight fever or something like that. But you still don't listen and you take, a crocin or something and you go off to work. Then there is a conspiracy. So there would be maybe a minor accident or something, of that nature where then you are forced to be on bed. Now that is conspiracy. So when we do not, through inspiration move and grow and move forward, then there is a conspiracy by the universe in the form of a push, in the form of a poke, in the form of a adverse situation or an experience. Right? So they don't come to punish you, the conspiracy adversities. They just come to tell you that it's time for you to move forward. And why don't we move forward? Because of our attachments. We get attached to certain people, certain experiences, in the guise of stability and or insecurity, or we feel that, if we don't know the way ahead, so there is a fear of the unknown. And also the attachment to the comfort zone. So sometimes you get so stuck that even sometimes if you know that you need to move forward, you just do not. And that's when the stagnation starts happening. And then there is desperation or conspiracy. And that's what was happening to Varun. So when we did a radical reading for him, because his message for him was that he needs to move on and move forward, it was time for him to follow that. And to work with his attachment or work with his comfort in his current office scenario and work with his insecurities or fear of the unknown. And this happens with all of us. And at least some of you would be feeling that suddenly when things are going fine, suddenly there's a surge of adversity, and or people change, or circumstance change, and suddenly things become very painful, very difficult, and it's like there is no hope. And you can keep fighting and struggling, but it's like, you're wasting time because nothing seems to settle. And most of the time, for most of you, that is a conspiracy. And obviously, how will the universe conspire? It will be through people or certain circumstances or situations. And it will conspire so that to tell you that it's time for you to now move forward. Don't be stuck and don't stagnate.